everyone. This is Donna, and this is Chapter 10 of Endgame, The Men and Women in Gray, Royal Courtiers and the Struggle for Power. Now, the cause and effect of the problems that we're seeing today in the UK royal family is explained in Chapter 10. Chapter 10 is so insightful, and it's just amazing how on time this book is, because it's written in truth and history and truth and human behavior play out over and over again. Like Churchill said, if you can go back far enough, you can see the future. If you have not read Endgame yet, I suggest you start with Chapter 10. Now, Chapter 10 is insightful and on point considering the current events. Kate is still missing. The palace PR is protecting one person, William. There is a question of Charles' illness, and Camilla was sent on holiday. By William, maybe? This chapter is about the bee, the fly, and the wasp, and all that palace PR entails. He identifies these people. For example, this is the bee. And I have put the fly and the wasp up also with other courtiers that Omed said were good people. Now, he talks about the responsibility of the courtiers and how basically a courtier is just a servant. By insinuating and umpiring palace duels, the job description of the courtier is through leaks and press releases, no longer daggers and swords. Prince Charles and Prince William are continuing the tradition of loyal aides to announce, arrange, fix, and at times provoke. There's different names for the courtiers. Princess Diana called them the men in gray, along with Fergie. And in the book you'll read that Meghan and her friends called them the palace vipers. Here is the fly, Simon Case. Now, Case, Case is the one who saw that there was problems between Harry and William. He works for William. And you know what else is important? He worked in the palace until 2023. Also, the same people, the bee, the fly, and the wasp, they are responsible for the things we see today. If Harry can't see his family, it's people like them. Now, watch this. Okay? Remember this? Remember how the Sussex squad called this out? This was a complete setup, to the point that the airline made sure that their logo was largely depicted alongside of the airline. Here is an example of them still using PR against Harry and Meghan, and the purpose is to elevate William over Harry. It hasn't worked out, has it? The Sussex squad saw that little stint that the fly did, Simon Case. We saw that it was nothing but a photo shoot. It's so set up. No one was there. And what they do not tell you, and it's explained in the book, is that when the airplane took off, it flew back without passengers, using up all of the energy and fuel to fly an empty plane. And yet they used that against Harry and Meghan. This book identifies the fly, the wasp, and the bee. This book tells us how, for example, they ignore a situation, okay, that they had good people in the palace, but that these good people left. They talked about how Samantha Cohen arranged the trips that Harry and Meghan took that were so successful. They also say that Case was responsible for not giving Meghan her patronages for months. And you hear the deranged always talking about Meghan didn't do this and Meghan didn't do that. She was actually prevented from having a patronage until finally he could no longer keep her from doing that. And she finally, her first patronage was the theater, which she should have had right away. And in chapter 10, we can see today the issues that are taking place. Where's Kate? What is William doing? William's profile has sunk. He is seen as a terrible person. This is Case. But listen, Case is a terrible person. The fly, who is controlling William's PR, was and is a terrible human being. So naturally, his personality in the PR has turned out to create a terrible human being in William. But William has allowed this to happen. If, as you saw in that video, William walked to that plane. He deliberately wanted to destroy his brother. And now the effects of that is William is not thought of well in his kingdom. Where is his wife? What is going on in the royal family? It's Charles and William's fault. They allow the courtiers to succeed.